it at the beginning.
Well,
because you can't edit it, can you?
Yeah, we can. We being me, I can learn how to do that. Hi, kids. I'll chat with you. Just gotta find where we're at.
We're in the studio.
I didn't know this was actually going to be a BDS session.
Oh, really? I don't think so. I just don't think so. There's a fly in here.
With the dog.
How annoying. Annoying.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hey, Julie. Hey, Scott.
Your sound is on.
I'm working on it. Kayla, what's up?
It's crooked. What you looking at?
It's only just for me, so I don't forget. I want to listen to
that. I have this one hair that keeps flopping in my eye.
What up, Brenda?
As I just came across the name of Minnow. Oh, shit.
Cut it off. There you go, your hair. Hey, Gretchen, what's going on? Shannon, what's a good word?
It needs a cut. My hair's kind of needs something. It needs something. Oh, I guess I should finish my workout.
We got time.
So it thinks I went 7 minutes longer than I actually did.
No damn paradise. I don't know that.
Yeah, Gretchen, Andy. I'm sorry to bail on y'all talking. I felt so bad. I felt horrible. All of a sudden, I'm like, I'm not doing so good. Then I was told I look like shit on top of it.
You did.
Nice to know.
Well, at least you didn't puke all over, so that's
This is true.
So there's that.
I didn't throw up at all. But boy, did I have to go lay down. That was, ugh.
Yeah, Bruce.
I don't like feeling ill.
Rachel. What up, Daniel? We're still very close. 3 minutes.
Then just start. Get her done. Oh, I have to start it.
Wonder who should do that. What are you doing?
I was moving it more between us. I know you don't care. You got a loud voice. It carries.
Hey, you crazy motherfuckers. Welcome back to another edition of Crazy Truth About Swinging. I'm the host with the most, and I'm Cole, and I'm here with the lovely, and fucked up hair, Miss Amanda.
Hey.
You're the one that said it.
I know I said it.
Anywho, so we're here. This is a show. This is what we do. Sort of, kind of. It's our hobby. For those of you following at home, this is season 6, episode 269. And so that means we've done this almost 270 times. Hard to fucking believe. And we still don't know what the fuck we're doing. Anyways, before we go too deep into the
try.
Yep. Any day now we're hoping for the awards. The trying awards. The participation trophy.
Participation trophy.
Yay. We got a medal.
Gets one of those, don't they?
Everybody's a winner. Anyways, quick shout out to our sponsors before I forget, because, well, you know that happens sometimes. Just fucking saying. Motor Bunny, that's right. If you want a toy that has name recognition, years of quality product behind it, and will fucking thump your pussy till you can't come anymore, MotorBunny.com.
It could thump an ass.
Oh, it can.
If you want
it. It can. And the thing is, when you go to MotorBunny.com, you're going to get a $50 discount, and you can use that towards either the original Motor Bunny or the new Buck. So at some point in time, yes, you still have to get thumb on yours. We'll go show you video footage of it. Anyways, name brand, top quality, Motor Bunny. It is the leader in the industry. And it's still summertime, kids, and we all know what that means. You want good meat in your mouth. I'll let that sit there and let it simmer. Thank you. See how I did it twice? I'll be here all week. And the best way to do that is with a great meat rub. Yep, gonna let that sit there too. And the way to do that is with our good friend Smokin' Meats, BBQtreats.com. Top quality smoke meat rubs for all of your barbecue needs. Whether it's a little hickory dust, lemon pepper, possibly some SPG, or maybe pineapple paradise, or a little of that ass-kicking orange mango habanero. You want to make sure that you rub your meat with top quality products. Don't ruin good meat with shitty rubs. Smokin' Meats, BBQtreats.com. Check them out today.
They smoked our pork.
They have. They smoked our pork twice. I was supposed to get over there and get my fucking more of my fucking shit smoked and get over there in time. We've got stories about our good friends because they're swingers. They're in our lifestyle in our group. Also, hey, if you want to know what's going on in the adult world, that'd be like porn, adult, and the swinger world, that'd be like what we do too. We actually do both. You want to make sure that you are reading each and every month ASNLifestyleMagazine.com. 3 million readers can't be wrong. They just had the big ASN Awards in Las Vegas. Lots of cool things, lots of cool articles, lots of cool and deep articles about all different types of subjects. Don't miss it. Make it a habit each and every month to read ASNLifestyleMagazine.com. Finally, statistics. Life is math. Yep, you didn't want to believe the teacher when she told you that, but it's true. Statistically, 1 in 4 people get roofied at a bar, club, event, otherwise. Don't become a statistic, or don't let someone you love become a statistic with their drinks. Go to mycupcondom.com/discount/Casba10. Get a discount on your My Cup condoms. The cool thing with My Cup condoms, they're biodegradable. They're designed to prevent you from getting roofied, and they'll fit most any bottles, cans, even private pitchers. Don't take a chance on your safety. mycupcondoms.com/discount/Casba10. Go there today. There we go. So that's all I've got. So for the rest of the night, have a great day. What up, Stacy? Okay, thank you for sending it to me. Hey, Alex, how goes it? For those of you who don't know, welcome to the show. Hey, Eldon. Wow, there's a blast I haven't seen forever and a day. Wow.
She's got your meat rub, right?
She needs to stop over. We can figure that out. I could have a vendor meeting. Anywho, so now I've lost my complete train of thought. Well, we did. Well, weird. How'd that happen?
Of course you did.
Anywho, so we finished up the big summer camping season. Just finished up this weekend. That's right, the big KSN second, the Hotter Than Hell edition. Just finished up, and it was nice. It was a blast. We've got all kinds of stories. We've got some stories to tell in there. And actually, the theme that we're going to talk about today is going to go with kind of some of the things that we did out there. So we got that. I'm sure you know what I'm thinking. No, you don't have a fucking clue what I'm thinking. No. You have no idea. Why? Because I don't tell you. It's much more fun this way.
Right.
This way, the expressions that you see and things in their voice are real. For those of you, hold that thought. Don't lose it. Hold it. You got a hold of it? Okay, perfect. Anyways, as I said before, those of you who don't know, we're doing this in front of our live Facebook audience on our secret page, Casba Inc. Shh. Don't tell the others. So you'll hear our say names and read things off as we go. Also, you could be listening right now live on YouTube. That's right. You can go to our YouTube channel and see us live there as well. Now, go. Hit it. What do you want to say?
Okay, so we had a bet who would have the most at their birthday bash.
Right. Because each one of the June was over for your birthday. The August one was for my birthday.
He won.
Yep. Sure did.
By what, 40? 40 people?
No, 53. Or 57, actually. We had 143 at yours, and I had 193 at mine. So, but it's August, and it is what it is. So, yeah. The difference is that I collected a whole bunch of booze bottles.
You
Just
did.
saying. I like that. But you got like
I
cards
got
and
cash.
money. Yeah. Whatever. Girl's best friend. So you also got laid at yours.
I did.
And you got laid at mine.
I did.
And I didn't get laid at either one.
That's on you.
But whatever. We'll talk about that later a bit too. Fuck off. Yeah, that's what I did. My birthday wish was celibacy. So all kinds of cool things. Couple things. There's a lot of people that wanted to make the podcast, and a lot of people that are going to make the podcast for shit that went on. So let's start with a couple things, because Cody's gonna love this. He's gonna be giddy. He's our smoking meats barbecue treats guy. He had a shot at their little station. They were doing shots, and I was one of 11 people that took this shot.
I said hell no when I saw
Yeah,
it.
well, I didn't realize what was going on. They caught me on the run, and so they took like a pellet gun and shot a chunk of salt on your tongue, an airsoft gun, shot a salt pellet on your tongue, and then took a shot of tequila, which I hate tequila. What's funny is that when the salt pellet slams into your tongue at Mach 10,000, initially you don't taste salt.
Because it burns
It's
so bad.
just pain and then numbness, and then the salt kicks in later. 2 hours later, I'm going, oh, guys, horse with a salt lick. It was awesome. So that was one thing. Yes, thank you very much. Mo also wanted to make the podcast. Mo made the podcast because Mo was trying to kill me all weekend long. Mo was on a mission from God to kill Colin. I don't know if Mo realized that was the plan of attack, but once he figured out he was winning, he was laughing his ass off. And Mo's a pretty good-sized guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he was kicking my ass enough that I was telling him to go fuck himself. Which normally he was laughing hysterically. Here's the thing. Cole, when he was in college, drank a full bottle of 750 of Southern Comfort and didn't puke. And in hindsight, he wishes now he had puked. And he didn't, and he's never been able.
You can't look at.
I can drink it sometimes in a in a mixed drink, but straight to do a shot of Southern Comfort, not really my thing. Mo had a cute little game going. He had a brown bag and a black bag. You couldn't see it, and you were playing roulette for shots.
Full of one shooters.
Yep, of shooters. I'm pretty sure he denies this, but I think it's a lie. I'm pretty fucking sure all he had every time when he came to me was Southern Comfort.
No, because after you grabbed yours, I grabbed mine, and mine was some like flavored vodka stuff.
Yeah, I think he snuck that in some other way. Just saying. All I know is I had like 3 fucking shots of Southern Comfort. Then we're standing there and we're talking and trying shit, and then they're giving me, I don't know what the fuck, like straight up some pea things that were fucking looked healthy that were absolutely fucking set my fucking mouth on fire.
Wasabi peas.
Oh, Jesus fucking. You know what those were? Shitty. Holy fuck. I'm a Midwesterner. I like steak and potatoes flavored with
wasabi peas here before.
Not like that. I would
remember. But you don't like them spicy. Yes, you have.
Well, why did I ever allow
Your
those
middle
fucking
kid
things?
and I have had them at the house eating them.
Jeez, good Lord. I could feel that my ass was going to be on fire before they ever got halfway down my throat. I was like, oh my God. I am Midwestern. I like things seasoned with steak sauce, and salt and pepper. Needless to say. So, yeah, that was a good time. Cole's face is half cut off in my frame. Anyone else? You're running around too much, Cole. Yeah, I am running around a little bit. I do run around a lot because people like to see me. So, or to ask me questions. They don't like to see me, but they like to ask me shit. So, yeah, pretty much. Let's see. So, I'm trying to think who else. I'm sure over the next couple weeks, several people will make the podcast because there were several people that were making the podcast. There's pictures of one guy she was doing CPR. I haven't been was funny because I was laying on the ground and she was like dry humping me, and we were in a group, and I was like, I haven't been dry humped like that since high school, but that was
I didn't see that.
Yeah. No, that was when I was people yelling for you to come there, and then the next round of shenanigans started. So yeah, it was a good time. A lot of rain, really wet. It was moist, and apparently in the good way because a lot of people were absolutely getting a shit ton of fucking things checked off their bucket list.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a shit ton of things. There were people there that were there as little as, what up, Leah? Were there as little as, but within 2 hours. And we're starting to check shit off their bucket list, which is absolutely awesome. And that's actually what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about bucket lists. We're going to talk about bucket lists because bucket lists were a big part of both KSNs, and they'll be a big part of most KSNs moving forward. Okay, we don't want to talk about the rain and this massive.
I'll talk about the rain.
Well, okay, you will, you fucking dirty slut. But we will talk about the comedians real quick.
Okay.
We will talk about the comedians. So we always do a naked walk on Saturday morning. It's my favorite part of the entire weekend, and where we take and have everybody. We're all in this together, and we do the naked walk around the campground. Now, luckily, our comedians, and they're awesome. They're professional comedians, and they're fucking hilarious. And they put on a great show Friday night again, like they have every time for us. But they were trying to kind of want to do a little voyeurish activities, so they were hooking up. There was a threesome happening in their camper, and they were in the background and had the doors open so you could see if you just had to walk by, but they didn't look at their watches, and so we're walking through on the naked walk, and I look over at the perfect time, and I see it and keep walking because it takes a minute to register what's going on. Like they're not just naked people sitting there because it's a naked campground. No, they're fucking. So I stopped the entire group, and there's like 70 people. So I stopped the entire fucking group and go, everybody come here. And they look up and they're like, hello.
The smile on their faces was hilarious.
Yeah, and I'm like, if you notice, here are comedians this is what we do at KSN. And they're just like kind of sitting there and everybody's laughing. I'm like, everybody wave. And so everybody's waving. And it was awesome because when I said that, everybody starts waving and their wave back was like the total parade wave, like whatever. The reason that's super funny for me is because I was enamored earlier in on Friday when Rachel came up to one of the comedians and she was like, happy birthday. And I had been kind of drinking. I was like, happy birthday. I just repeated it back like a parrot. So I got a lot of shit for that. So we even scored them. So you can tell about your rain dance.
My rain dance. Friday night when everybody's occupied doing karaoke.
No, waiting for the karaoke to get set up.
Waiting for karaoke to get set up.
There's a definite difference.
Amanda went out with another guy out on the deck and had sex in the rain on a picnic table.
Luckily, that other guy's wife and I were there to help the two fucking jackasses remember that they both like to fuck outside in the rain.
That was his first time.
And there you go. So you took some off his bucket list.
It's not a bucket list.
And we helped you remember.
First time. You helped me remember?
Yeah. The part that no one gets is if we could have taken the conversation leading there, where they're trying to figure out, should we go to the camper? Should we go into the canopy? Should we go to the sex one? Should we go here? I mean, you have never wanted to kill somebody so badly in your life just going, are you kidding me? She yammers continuously about wants to fuck outside. She's come home from the bar drunk, wants to fuck me on the deck or outside of our back door and fuck in the rain. It's pouring rain and there's a whole bunch of outdoors. It was just like, that's when I finally just went, go fuck outside in the rain. And you could see the little hamsters stop and they both went, ding, because his wife was like, she face bombed too, just like, oh my God. So yes, luckily we were able to help guide the little suckers to the promised land there. Okay, Shannon, Carla, I enjoyed the cool, absolutely. Shannon, I have one gal get an item off her bucket list, rock on. Just don't raise your hand at certain questions with the comedians. People take it the wrong way.
Did you hear that?
Oh yeah, that was fucking hilarious. Yeah.
What it was they were asking about who's been divorced, and he raised his hand. Well, he's been divorced before, but his wife was also off to the side with her girlfriend and
Boy Toy.
I don't know if it's a boyfriend or whatever, they're a little trio. And then he was with his girlfriend. So everybody thought that he was talking about Leanne. And
they're like, when did you guys get divorced?
No, they're still married.
Larry, what a good leader you are to guide them on their way. Yeah, sure was. Go Colts fan. I was happy to walk completely naked this time. Awesome. There we go. Look. Here's the coolest part. Mark, my wife loves the sarong that Chrissy gave her to give her confidence and help her come out of her shell. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I have to tell you, that was really cool. One of the things that one of our good friends, one of our cadets, and she won Lifestyle of the Year award for this. She's the current reigning Lifestyle of the Year. Was she gave me sarongs for my birthday as well.
She gave me some too.
You know, for courage. And it's really cool thing, and it's fucking awesome. So the rain it threw some things for a loop, but it was last year. It was like 107. Basically, yeah. It was hell.
It was hot, and everybody grumped about how hot.
It wasn't fun hot. It was like, hey, we could fuck, but I don't want to get that close because you're gonna put our body, that type of hot. So this was much better, and everybody had a great time. Was had by all. And the cool thing is that seriously, every fucking KSN, like, okay, this is what I figured out. People go to some clubs and groups activities just to get fucked up and maybe get laid. People come to our shit because they want their mind blown and their life altered. And KSN consistently does that more than anything I've ever seen. And because at the end of leading up to every KSN, I spend hours talking people off the ledge. Why they don't want to come. Well, I shouldn't do this. I can't go. And then we always get to hear all the badass stories about the bucket list items that people knock off when they're there. And a lot of them they're not all like sex. A lot of them are personal, overcoming huge adversity, mental adversity that they have for themselves, challenges. I mean, for some people, it's literally showing up. For some people, it's going topless or going totally naked or some point in between. There's a million and one things, and it's very, very cool. And that's something that we love. Tiger, it was awesome. It helped Tim come out of his shell, even walk naked. Absolutely. Waking up in the water in your tent. Yeah. There's the rain. The storms went through were pretty hardcore. Let's put it this way: no other fucking events put on as Mother Nature come in and put on a fucking rave. And Friday night it was like oof 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 lightning and it was badass and people a lot of wind and whatever, but we still had a good time. But I want to talk about bucket list because here's the thing in the lifestyle. We all have bucket lists at some point in time. We may not call it bucket list. She's never called it a bucket list. She maintains she's never had a bucket list. That's bullshit. We all have had things that we want to do or try that we have not been able to do or try in our regular real life. Like, I would never, no matter what, be able to fuck her standing up unless we built some sort of contraption to make it happen. So when we were early on, you wouldn't say it was a bucket list, but you wanted to try it. Yeah. Which is, in other people's terms, is a bucket list. But everybody's their own thing. So and by the way, real quick, I want to take this opportunity to say something before I get too much further. This is totally backwards a little bit. If you're going to make a bet with me, and I have the opportunity to bring in the big guns to help close the deal, don't fuck with me. I promise you. We had another diehard Iowa, diehard Kansas City Chiefs fan that swore they would never say the Huskers, never say Omaha, or never say the Colts. Make a bet with me for a chance to win. She was going to win a free pass to KSN for this next year. And she did, Omaha. And she did right before she gave in. She said to her husband, who was outside the Tea Party arena, I'm sorry, followed directly by, fuck you, Cole, Huskers. So if Miss Amanda can get her lips on your fucking pussy or your junk, you're screwed.
It wasn't just me. Someone else jumped in to help too.
You would have closed the deal one way or the other. I'm not concerned.
I wasn't gonna stop.
Yeah, so it's just one of those.
I just got up close and I went, you know you want to say it.
Yeah.
You know you want to say it.
And she did. There's other bets coming because I want to close that deal myself. Larry said it's a comfortable atmosphere, no expectations. You do you, and no one just talk about KSN, and we mean that a lot. So okay, back to focus on this bucket list thing. So here's the thing with bucket list, in my opinion. This is why I want to talk about this. Because I think bucket lists are some of the most, and the concept of a bucket list is the most double-edged sword that there is in the lifestyle. Okay? And I think there is a lot of really, really positive things that come with having a bucket list. And I think there's some very negative things that come with having a bucket list. And I don't think people talk about that. They're just like, well, we they talk about the positives, but I think we're ignoring the bigger picture. Not that we want to be negative. Carla, I went out not expecting anything but to relax. Ended up meeting a cool guy, not in the lifestyle. I learned to come out of my shell, and even a bit more. That's awesome. So that makes a great point leading into and maybe we're going to talk about, should we talk about the positives or the negatives first?
We'll talk about the positives. Always start with positives. Or you can start with, I don't know. What do you want to start with?
I don't know. So we'll flip back and forth.
Okay.
So one of the positives of a bucket list things is that, especially when you're new in the lifestyle, it gives you hot experiences. I mean, like fucking other people's hobbies hot in and of itself. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people start off, their very first hot experience they start with usually is a bucket list item, like a threesome. Threesomes are the gateway drugs of the lifestyle. Mm-hmm. Like Nancy Reagan would have said that threesomes are like the pot of the lifestyle. Anyways, so a lot of people start there. So right off the bat, it's a bucket list thing that people go into, and it's hot. It's something you talk about because most people, you don't necessarily go into it thinking, I just want to fuck somebody other than my spouse. We've been together 17 years. I just want to stick my dick somewhere that's not her pussy. You don't necessarily think that. I mean, some people it's there, but that seems almost mega crass and kind of fucked up, and that can be a mind fuck. Where a bucket list gives you like something that's easy to talk to your spouse about or your significant other about, something that's easier to justify in your own brain why you want to do it. And honestly, kind of the negative side of it, it can kind of give you the false sense of an escape route. Mm-hmm. Okay, because really the escape route of it is that somebody will go, well, if I do this, and as long as I accomplish this, then I can walk away, which takes away from the understanding of the fact that once you suck that dick, or once you can't unsuck it. But it gives a focus a little bit. It gives a bucket list can give a common ground of something to talk about when you have the nervous new swinger conversation, which is always, what are you into? I mean, hi. You don't want to. It's very hard to be like, so fuck a lot of people. You ask that, hey, what are you into? What it's an easy to talk about something that's a fantasy, makes it a little less real and a little less scary in your mind, right? So that's a positive of a bucket list.
Yeah.
I think one of the other really unique parts of a bucket list is that you almost have different bucket lists as you go through. And feel free to jump in on this anytime. Bucket list can be the icebreaker out of your comfort zone. Absolutely. That's perfect. But as you go through the lifestyle longer, right, I believe your bucket list, you may knock everything off your bucket list from when you first got in the lifestyle. I want to have a threesome, I want to have this, that, whatever. But after a while, when the the freshman slut zone wears off. Okay, which I think is the perfect. It, I'll come
It
back to
fits,
fresh. I'll
yeah.
come back to that in a second. When that wears off, then it's like then you're just fucking, whatever or however you're doing it. You're just fucking, and then fucking can be just like, well, that's just eh. And but what you find is as you've grown in the lifestyle, all of a sudden there's new things that you want to try.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously you have things like where I'm starting to discover different things with in the BDSM world, right, or the kink world, or you know, as you mature in the lifestyle, your bucket list matures,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it can kind of the bucket list itself can kind of give you the opportunity,
Or you're open to a new imagination.
Exactly, because it gives you something new and a new sense of purpose or a new sense of focus or as you mature in life what you want out of life changes, right? Like the shit that you wanted when you were 20 probably isn't the same as what you want now. Now that I'm 51, it's different. My wants are different, so why wouldn't they be sexually different as well?
Mm-hmm.
Scott, sometimes you don't realize things are an option before you join the lifestyle. Very much so.
Mm-hmm.
uh, I guess I did cross something. I did a first for me
Which is what?
at KSN. It wasn't on my bucket list, but I did a first for me. I never fucking paddled a chick's ass.
Oh.
I
You haven't. Have you?
I had never in all the years of my lifestyle ever used a paddle on a chick before. Or on anybody, as far as that goes.
And
Very
she
much.
didn't flinch one little bit,
Mm-mm.
but she likes it hard.
Yeah, Gretchen, I have a lame bucket list. I just wanted someone to do a body shot off my stomach. Trust me, that's a big step for my demisexual self.
I would have done that.
But okay, so here's this is a great point though with bucket list as well. Bucket list, like everything else in the lifestyle, we can easily get in our own head. Okay, that's not lame at all.
Mm-mm.
Because again, the lifestyles that choose your own adventure, right? Mm-hmm. So just because it's not what everybody's talking about for one, for a bucket list, doesn't change the value of it on the list.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really fucking cool by sitting there and just like by putting that out there right now, by saying that's a huge step. That's a step. We got all kinds of good comments coming here. Holy shit. Beth got something crossed off her bucket list. Eldon, one thing on my bucket list is to meet some of the people that I flirt with on this channel and have conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, and that's very legitimate. And I think a lot of people have that,
mm-hmm.
and we're able to do that. Mark, can a bucket list in a lifestyle include things that are non-sexual, like to have courage to introduce yourself to a stranger?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's where KSN is so cool because it's so laid back. I think that there's a lot of people that have items like that on a bucket list. Mm-hmm. They don't necessarily feel like that they can say that is a bucket list item. Mm-hmm. But certain events can create the opportunity to achieve it. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing with a bucket list. A bucket list doesn't have to be announced. So out at KSN, we have bucket list boards. And we had a time frame set for people that wanted to achieve bucket list items public. And one of the things that I didn't do a good job of, and I will do better now next year because I've been thinking about it, is explaining that to officially cross them off, it's not like you have to announce it to the world. And some new people might have got that misinterpretation. Your bucket list can be as public or as private knowledge as you want it to be. And what you're going to find, if you're with the right group of people in the right environment, the right whatever, no matter what is on the bucket list, sure, I want to go to the kind of that might have been well. But for the most part, people, you're going to be amazed how many people are going to think that you're not weird at all, or are like, well, that's kind of mine too. Shannon, a couple unknown bucket lists for me, being naked walk and being comfortable wearing my kilts. Absolutely. I think that the cool part about communicating a bucket list or being around where you can. So it's just like Gretchen. Here's the thing, Gretchen. Now, the next time we see Gretchen, and it's an appropriate setting, obviously. But people will, in an appropriate setting, will be absolutely more apt to say, "Hey, we would, you want to do that?" And what you're going to find is there's going to be other people walk up and go, "That's something I've always wanted to do too," and that's what's really cool about bucket lists. Okay, so hold on a second. Let me, Rachel, attending camp out is still on my bucket list. Jackie, make sure you go to crazycasba.com. The dates are announced for next year, and tickets are already on sale, and they're selling. So make sure you come because it's a lot of fun. What?
I never thought I'd walk naked with Donald Duck.
Yep, we actually got, yep, absolutely. Yep. Okay, I like being under Shannon's robe, or a kilt. Awesome, excellent. So, one of the things we did is the Tea Party, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really funny because the Tea Party presented a plethora of opportunity for bucket list items of varying degrees. Everything from voyeurism
mm-hmm.
to group activity and group play
mm-hmm.
to all the same sex group play.
Mm-hmm.
And then whatever, and I think there's being strap-ons in there and using toys and all kinds of stuff in there. That's what makes it really cool, is that people were able to take at every opportunity, whether it was the naked walk or whatever it was, or we had one that loves to do karaoke and has done karaoke for years, and one of those highlights was singing naked karaoke. It's the first time we'd ever done it before. That's what's cool about bucket lists. That's what's so cool, and I think that we all have to make sure we embrace our bucket list. And I think that you should, in my opinion, you should have that bucket list in your mind at all times, because you never know when the opportunity is going to present itself to jump all over it, right?
Hey, and you never know until something is presented in front of you for you to go, oh my gosh, I've always wanted to do that and do it.
Exactly. A couple things. Hold on. Shauna, I have a few things I have always done, but maybe next year, last year, don't want to necessarily say, where'd it go? What the hell? We can't do shit. There it is. Cross it off, but I never thought I would go naked in front of so many. I'm working on my shyness. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And on the, is it just for tents? No, you can use tents, campers. We got the whole nine things. So if you have an idea of what you want or to try, and maybe here's the other thing with bucket list on the positive side, you don't have to check off everything on a bucket list in one shot, and you don't have to check off the whole activity. What do I mean by that? So some activities, and the Tea Party was a good example of this. There were people that were varying degrees of comfort that wanted to jump in, but were hesitant because they didn't have what they thought was enough experience, or they didn't know how comfortable they would be. Here's the greatest thing with a situation like that. You do whatever degree of it you feel comfortable. The difference in how I handle the naked walk now, from when the first time I did it 2 years ago, mm-hmm. to how I did it 2 years ago, is night and day different. Mm-hmm. Because my comfort level is different. Yes, that it is on my bucket list to be able to actually have zero animosity, zero nervousness to do a naked walk. It slowly but surely.
I think it comes.
It will when it's supposed to in its own slow time. It is what it is, and that's with everything. It's and that's okay. I think we live in a world where it's like we believe in this, everything's got to be all or nothing, and that absolutely is not the case. Mm-hmm. and we can't let it hamstring us.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, we're gonna take a middle of the road here break. 1 second. Feel free to say something so I can get a drink while I'm doing this.
Wait, what? I have to say something?
Fucking heck. This is why people do pre-recorded shit. Okay, hey, don't forget, if you want to hear more of our show and some other great shows, you can tune into Full Swap Radio. Every day, 6 days a week, we've got the best adult alternative lifestyle podcast available for you to listen to. Sunday, we have our vanilla lineup. A ton of great shows. Make sure you check it out. FullSwapRadio.com. And don't forget to get all your merchandise for both our shows and several others at Full Swap Shop. Check it out today. FullSwapShop.com. Okay. What did I miss?
She gets to talk.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for the belated birthday. Tiger, I was amazed by how many people remembered my post about allergies and how many amazing people I met there.
That's good.
Folks, I'm going to say this. I don't care anymore how many people I pissed off in the process of shit. There's a huge fucking difference between groups. Bottom line. Some groups, it's all about fucking and they don't give a shit and it's just chaos. Some groups are about people. You have to choose what's right for you, but if you're just about chaos, I wouldn't bother coming to one of my events. So we actually give a fuck about people and our people give a fuck about people. It's weird how that works out. Just saying. There's my little soapbox. Let's see here. Eldon, doing everything twice is my philosophy. First time, you're scared and don't get the full feeling. Second time, you get more relaxed and you know you really like it or not. Absolutely. And I want to put a shout out here. This is a thing for Eldon. Eldon's a single male.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Going to things single can be really, really challenging. And he's always stepped right up and went for that. Jesus, fuck, stop it. Need to have a meet and greet in Lincoln every Friday night in Lincoln the Moonshiners. You can come on out. That's where we're at on Friday nights. We'll be there again this week. Tiger, God damn it. The Naked Walk is now on my list. I will eventually walk that naked. Absolutely. And we will keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll keep doing it because, you know, the coolest part about the Naked Walk, this is something about bucket lists and cool people. It's the Naked Walk, half the fucking people are like me, intimidated and working their way through it. The other half are people that are being supportive that have no problem being naked.
Now, I walk along during the Naked Walk, and I see people watching. And I don't hound, but I'm like, come on, just join us. You know you want to. Just join us. So I got one gal to join us this time around. She goes, all I'm doing is taking off my top. Well, rock the fuck on.
Perfect.
Just take off your top.
You made a step forward.
Yep.
Let's see. Hold on a second. I've done a naked vow renewal. Let's see, out there actually, I did a naked vow renewal, and it was stressful. Holy shit, where are we at here?
Well, Kayla.
I was terrified, but I'm so glad I did the Naked Walk. Absolutely. I just want to let everyone know that I'm okay. Oh yeah, Mark. We had one. Mark. He was just dehydrated, so yeah, more water for next year.
That was Sunday morning. If
Sunday
you were
morning.
in the breakfast area to see that.
Okay, so let's talk about the other side though. Let's talk about, because we have to. You have to give equal billing to the positive and the negative.
Okay.
Okay. So first of all, you have to understand why we have to talk about the negative, because it's not to be negative, but if you don't understand that side of it, too much candy makes you puke your guts out, right? Will make you sick. You have to understand that too much of anything, and it's the same thing with a bucket list. So here's where a bucket list becomes a negative. A bucket list can become a negative when it turns you into a hunter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say that again. I'm going to say it very slowly, and I want people to listen. If you're an experienced lifestyler, you absolutely need to listen to these words. And if you're a new person, you need to take these words to heart. If you are not careful, a bucket list is negative if it turns you into a hunter. Now, I'm using the word hunter. Another word for hunter is predator. See where I'm going with this? If the bucket list items become the only focus, the primary focus, that everything person you talk to is someone that can fill a bucket list. Do you want to fuck? 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 Now, it's not fun. Now it's not good. Now it's not positive. Now, the bucket list, now you become a creeper. Now you're an ass. Now you are going to get a reputation the other way. And now you're going to go home, not get anything on your bucket list. And that is a very true thing. And it's something that absolutely can happen. And listen to my words. This is not just a male problem.
Yeah.
Ladies, you can actually be worse as a hunter on bucket list items than a guy. Okay, it's across the board. Equal sex, equal issues. You have to be aware of it. Some people will say, well, Cole, you like to sport fuck, so that's different. So how is that different? Because I like to sport fuck, it doesn't mean I have to cross something off to do it. If you and I get along good and we can go back and fuck, then we're going to go back and hook up. It is what it is. That's great. It doesn't have to accomplish something.
But sport fucking isn't necessarily every pussy that you walk along you want to fuck.
Right.
No, it just means, no attachment.
Right. It's a different emotional level or lack thereof. The challenge, if you take out the negative impact that if it becomes too all-consuming can have to other people, it's going to derail your fun because you're going to start basing events and activities off of, did I get something checked off? And then you're going to start going, what do we preach about everything, going with zero expectations? Then you're going to go in with expectations, and when you have expectations, you're setting yourself up to have those expectations not met. And that becomes a huge problem. One of the other real negative, or can be a negative, on bucket list is people. Okay, human nature. People tend to think that they are wittier and sharper than they really are. Okay, and so they think that people can't see through when maybe they're telling fibs, maybe they're whatever. I've heard people that are literally just, we'll get in a bucket list conversation, that are literally just struggling to say something, so they come up with these obscure, just stupid things, and they sound just like what they are, obscure and stupid. And usually, look, you can tell somebody who's something's really big on their bucket list, or if they're just struggling to come up with something. And honestly, there's not a thing wrong with saying, right now, I don't really have anything on my bucket list. Or saying, I don't know, I'm open to see, hopefully something will come to it. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't want to get to the point where you're trying too hard to have a bucket list. Let me give you a good example that will make this make a little more sense. People will see it at activities and events. Something happened that gives a couple or a person a whole lot of attention, right? So then in turn, now they want to do the same thing because they want attention. They want that same sort of situation. And it comes across as exactly what it is, shallow. Right? And that's where it's the same thing with the bucket list. And to put something out there that you really don't want to do is actually insulting to people that really do want it. Okay. No. Yeah. Okay. No. Why I should do that next. Okay. So Squishy makes a great point. Let's address not having to be intoxicated and knock stuff off your bucket list. My encounter was taken care of. I wasn't bothered by it, but being drunk is not an excuse. Exactly. Look, if it's a bucket list item, just like anything in lifestyle, the degree of consent changes based upon intoxication. It is what it is, right? And let me put this out here. Not just intoxication traditionally as we think about it. Tiredness. At an event like a KSN or a big event like that that's a weekend, exhaustion can play into that. To it's the ability to actually make the judgment you want something. If something you want to do something on your bucket list, you shouldn't have to be messed up to do it. It should be something you really want. If you're not comfortable yet to do it, that's okay. Put it off to the back burner for another time. Then that's not the item to check off at this point in time. And if you are going to ask someone else to be, or if your bucket list item involves needing someone else to be a part of it, which a lot of do, it's like sex or something, then you need to be confident of what you want, and you need to be able to explain what you want, and you need to be able to explain your boundaries and whatever. And if you're someone that wants to help somebody with a bucket list item, you need to be able to fulfill what they're wanting and needing. I'm saying this as for guys. Guys, we have anxiety issues. Things happen. Can happen to anybody. So if the bucket list item is something that you have to perform, and as you're getting ready to go and not feeling it, be polite. Be an adult and say, "Yeah, things ain't really working right now." So that people aren't left kind of hanging in the lurch. But it's okay. It's okay to start thinking you want to do something, and you decide this is what you want to do. I'm going to use a gangbang example. You know what? I want to do a gangbang. If you came to me and said, I want to do a gangbang, I'm ready to do a gangbang, and kind of want to do it, I want to try, I'm ready to go. And as it gets closer and it's 2 minutes before game time, and all of a sudden you go, I'm not ready to do this. Just like anything else in lifestyle, it's okay to go, okay, I you know what? I'm not ready yet. There's no harm in that, okay? Here's one other big thing with bucket lists, and it's how people respond to bucket list items. Folks, we say it all the time in the lifestyle, and like our group, I feel very fortunate because I think our group is absolutely one that's very good about this. But we talk about not yucking other people's yums. I'm going to give an example of bukkake. I think is an awesome example of this. There are a lot of women and a lot of men that thoroughly enjoy bukkake. If you don't know what that is, that's like when they're jizzing all over you, right? And then there's a lot of other people that is absolutely not something they're interested in. There are varying degrees. There are some people, we know somebody who it makes her sick. I mean, she didn't want to see it, whatever. And that's her. That's okay. What's not okay is if someone doesn't share your love of whatever. We'll use bukkake as an example. You know what? That doesn't make their bucket list items any less. And it doesn't make their bucket list items lame, or doesn't make their bucket list items gross, or none of that. It just makes it not for you. And I think that sometimes one of the challenges with a lot of people, and I think there's a lot of things that women might be interested in that they're hesitant to say because people can be catty and judgy. And look around the room. Be a female. If you don't believe me, be a female, be in an event, and say, oh, well, you just really want to bukkake and you'd look nothing more than like 10 guys to jizz on your face. And watch some of the women's reactions. Mm-hmm. For men, I think a lot of same thing, or a lot of things when it comes to bisexual interests or bucket list items that they don't, if you have, and it's funny, I've seen this in the adult world, and people that have done this longer than us say that as a guy, say you're interested in a transsexual, and watch people judge just like that. Mm-hmm. Okay, and the shitty part of that is that what that does is it causes people then to not only do they not talk about their bucket list items, and conveniently all of a sudden they're kind of quiet and don't have anything to say, but more importantly and worse, it will cause a lot of them not to pursue to do it, or they will pursue to do it in an environment that is less than ideal. I mean, Okay, hold on. So wait a minute. These are good ones, right?
No, start with this one.
Yeah. If you stay in a lifestyle, Scott, if you stay in a lifestyle long enough, then your bucket list could get very small. Absolutely. Larry, don't use someone else's bucket list to accomplish yours. Respect everyone. That's a great one. Shannon, one bucket list item is bisexuality four-way with another couple. Absolutely. Here is honestly, we got Buddhist. Nice. I don't know if we're still talking. Here is the thing that's really sad and quite honestly dangerous. The joy and fun of the lifestyle is being able to do things, whatever your thing is, in an environment with people that you like, trust, and respect, and is safe. When people don't feel like they can honestly talk about things like that on their bucket list, then they're going to go and do those things in groups maybe where they don't know people very well, or where they don't really feel as comfortable, or people they don't trust as much. And that's when bad things happen. And that's something that I think that people you have to understand that and be willing to be respectful of it. It's kind of like social media. If that post is not for you, just scroll on past. The last biggest thing I would say with bucket lists, because this is a challenge in the lifestyle. I can remember when we talked about this. One of the first time we went to a barn party.
Okay.
We didn't know. We were new. We didn't know shit. Okay. We brought the towels like they said to bring.
I think we'd never been to a party.
We brought the fucking towels like they said to bring, and the wet wipes, and the fucking the whole. We came walking like the fucking Griswold. Okay. Everything that's on the list you should have. We didn't know. We knew nothing. We didn't even know. Were you allowed to watch? So there were people downstairs having sex. We didn't know what is it rude and disrespectful to be staring and watching? Do they want to be watching? We didn't know. Understand, if you're going to accomplish a bucket list item in a public setting, don't be upset if people are watching. Because if you're doing it out in public, people are going to watch, especially at a lifestyle or a sex positive event, because they're going to make the assumption you're doing it out in public because you want it to be watched.
Well, and that'll happen.
Right. If you don't want to be watched, then set it up to do things where you won't be. Not where people are going to catch a glimpse or possible or whatever. Don't put people in that position. You have to either be you're in or you're out kind of thing with that. And there's no middle ground there. And that's a big thing. Shannon, I'm not in a hurry to cross things off. Time will predict when they will happen. Absolutely. Tiger, no rush on a bucket list. It will happen when it gets there. Scott, this is awesome. There shouldn't be that level of judging in the lifestyle. We're adults. We should be able to act like adults at this point in our lives. Absolutely. And part of it is we talk about this all the time, communication, right? And I guess here's the other challenging part with a bucket list, and how you tell me what you think. If you're somebody that's a more experienced lifestyle person, okay, and someone says that they want to do something on their bucket list, and it is excruciatingly risky. Okay. Do you say anything? As they're new, they've got the slut syndrome. When you're brand new, you just say anything at everybody. You're just like, woo, fucking woo. Or do you not? Like, okay, I'll give an example. Like, they want to do sex dogging. They want to go do sex dogging, bareback sex dogging, which would be like randomly meet people in a park and get around without condoms, without protection.
That's their choice.
But do you, as it's their choice, but do you, as someone that's experienced a lifestyle, do you think you say, hey, rock on, that's your choice, but just FYI, be careful or beware or whatever?
I personally wouldn't.
Okay.
Because the maturity should be there to know. But in parting, I would say stay safe.
So when you guys listen,
because when we first started off in the lifestyle, we were around people. We hung around people because it was safe and comfort level, but also the maturity level was not there.
No.
So anytime you said something, well, why do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Because I want to.
Yeah, exactly. So that's something, as you listen to this one, because this show will come out Thursday, if you're listening to the show, I would love to have people send us their feedback on that. Shoot us an email at crazy.casba@gmail.com and tell us what you think. Would you warn somebody? Would you give a warning of, hey, that's okay, but be careful, or would you not say anything and why? It'll be interesting to see what kind of responses we get over the next couple of weeks on that. I think that's a good way to. What else you want to say about bucket list? I know you don't have any, but if you had one, what else anything else you want to add to this whole conversation?
Maybe it's not that I don't have a bucket list, or maybe my horizons haven't been broadened to know what I want to try.
Well, your horizon's pretty fucking broad. You're broadening the shit out of your horizons. You're going to go broaden your horizons tonight. Okay.
That's not broadening my horizons.
Sort of. I would say something just because they might not be knowledgeable. Okay. You can, Scott, you can still be respectful of someone's bucket list items or kinks, but also say, I'd rather not play with you because of your risky behavior. Absolutely. It's an interesting topic. I really sincerely hope that when the 10 people that listen to our show listen to it, that there's value here, because this, to me, this is the kind. Again, this is another one of those shows. The kind of things that never talked about. Look, we're born stupid. We don't know how to do a damn thing. We have to learn everything. So if it's never talked about, then people are missing out. The bucket list, the podcast isn't sexy, but figuring out how to use bucket list correctly can be. That's what we recommend. So with that being said, quick shout out again to our sponsors. Thank you so much for everybody who was listening to the show tonight. We appreciate it. MyCupCondom.com. Don't become a damn statistic. You can make a difference. MyCupCondom.com/discount/Casba10. Go there today. Don't hesitate. You can even send to people like going to college. Doesn't have to be lifestyle people. Be safe. Motor Bunny. That's right. Top quality sex toys for years and years. Quality product. Quality name that you know you can trust. MotorBunny.com. Check out the original or the new buck. Let us know what you think of them. Smoking Meats, BBQTreats.com. That's some good meat. You know why it's good? Because it was rubbed correctly. Correct rub makes all the difference. Don't ruin your meat with substandard rubs. Smoking Meats, BBQTreats.com. And ASNLifestyleMagazine.com. 3 million readers can't be wrong. Stay on top of what's going on in the world. Learn, laugh, have a good time. Make it a habit each and every month to read ASNLifestyleMagazine.com. There you go. You can follow us, don't forget, on Twitter at truthcrazy.com. You can sign up for Miss Amanda's OnlyFans. Absolutely want to do that. Miss Amanda Casba. So you want to check that out. And that's your Twitter also as well. So you can follow that. And you can follow us on Instagram, not Instagram, I didn't show that, but TikTok. Do TikTok. You can send us emails at crazy.casba@gmail.com. Don't forget your tickets. Get tickets for the Halloween party. Just 67 days away, as well as get your tickets. I'm telling you right now, tickets are already selling fast for KSN next year, both June and August. The new dates have been released. Guess what, kids? Sturgis ain't going to interfere with August. We're going for 250. So check them out today. Check those out. With that being said, kids, doing it the only way I know how, the only way I want to, and the only way I ever fucking will. Casba style. Out.
Bye. Bye.
Hey, Froggy, you want to get that one? Hi-ho, Kermit Frog here.